Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We're back on our VIDI et Impera Empire Divided Aurelian campaign. This is episode 6. In today's episode, we're going to continue our expansion into Gallic Rome, opening up some new fronts as we have 6 full stacks in operation. We're going to be going against the Roxolani on the Danube River, pushing into Dacia, and also it looks like Legion 1 Britannica of the Roman Britons has marched further south, so we're going to have to deal with that here today as well. We're moving 2 full stacks with my brother Lucius into Massalia, and we're going to have to siege it out. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments where you'd like me to expand and conquer, feedback and suggestions for the series. If you're not enjoying the series, feel free to leave a dislike. I'll put in the mods that I'm using in the description below if you guys would like to download them and play along with me. We're playing on VIDI et Impera plus some submods, and of course we're using a Empire Divided Roman reskin. Currently negotiating with the Gothi for peace, but for now these 2 armies that were protecting the east coast there, we've had enough finances to open up another front, so we're going to be declaring war upon the Roxolani. We could have declared war upon them and fought them pretty early on in the campaign, but alternatively I made the decision to focus upon the Roman pretenders, which have now been defeated. We've taken Rome, we've managed to defeat Emperor Tectoclus and a fair few Gallic Rome armies, so we're just sort of pushing over the Swiss Alps down into Massalia, and now we're going to try and get some territorial gains in Dacia. So we've taken 1 territory of the Roxolani, and then we'll try and push against their king. We shall break down and repair where we can in the region of Dacia, nearly bringing it all under our control except for Petrodova. Pushing back to the Alps here now, we have Emperor Aurelian with a full stack and an additional 1 helping. It looks like the governor of Roman Britain has sent Lego 1 Britannica to the south. We've got to deal with them as they're protecting our pathway to the Gallic capital. Rightio then guys, it's time to mobilize against Britannia. Okay, so we've got a full stack here with Aurelian, 3 units until it's replenished, and that's still at least 3 away. Look, you know what? Settings, we have Archer and Skirmisher Supremacy. We're going to push against Lego 1 Britannia here. It's interesting that they've actually pushed an army south. It's actually commanded by the governor of Britannia as well. Yeah, it's like the same chap. They still don't want peace. Because I guess, from their perspective, if Gallic Rome falls, they are next on the chopping block. So we've got 2 armies there. We're still sieging out Massalia, and we're going to have to wait for that reinforcing army to come in. And our other 2 units that are in operation have just taken a territory in Dacia, and then we're going to push for Piscal here and hopefully finish off the Roxolani and their king. Right, without further ado, let's get into the battle here today. So let's move up my reinforcing army, and then we shall attack with Emperor Aurelian. Now, will they stand and fight? Oh, they're going to. Wowee. So it looks like they're going to stay in their fortified positions. They're not going to retreat back. So we're coming up against Tiberius Accius. He has his governor defending unit. We've got some Britannia cohorts, British auxiliary cavalry reformed, Britannic ambushes from the natives, the native British, or Britons. They've got auxiliary British spearmen, mercenary Britannic painted soldiers, and some Latin slingers as well. Auto-resolve wise, we have 6,295 against their 4,237. Let's chuck a quick save and a hard save before we defeat Lego 1 Britannica here today. First time fighting the Britons on the open battlefield, so we'll be able to see some of their cool new units. We have the Battle of Octodoron, 274 AD. The Britons have made a fortified position here. Now, as we do by the look of it, yeah, I'd say we have skirmisher supremacy. We definitely have artillery. We're going to be able to rain fire and death upon them in the square and use most of our ammunition, which is fantastic. They could very well charge out against us. Although, Lego 1 Dacia, under the sun god incarnate, Emperor Aurelian himself. His army is a little bit depleted with his veteran legionaries. We should be alright, even though we've got Lego 3 Illyria backing us up there. I'm actually quite surprised that they're going to stand and fight, although they're going to have arrow tower support if we were to siege. We've got artillery and skirmisher supremacy, so we're going to be able to whittle down and burn most of the inhabitants inside. Obviously not as much as in Total War Attila. We'll take the deployment because it's a dry day, because they haven't got that sort of fire mechanic. But, oh, they've got some defensive units there. Okay, so how far can we move up? So this is how we want to do. We want to go with a flammable round with you, and we also want to go with a flammable shot with you. We'll have my artillery bombard the town square as best we can. Then what I'll do is I'll get my archers. It actually seems to be a lot less arrow towers, so we'll get my archers to focus on this, and I'll split my army up into some squadrons. So just in case we get caught there, we'll move one there. We shall also move you here, and we'll say move you guys there in the rear. Skirmishers themselves, I can't deploy there, which is a shame. We'll deploy them here along with cavalry, because what we want to do, we want the main artillery fire to come from one direction, and then we shall move my skirmishers on another side. Cavalry can say here, just to cut anyone else that's coming up. We'll keep Emperor Aurelian there as well, and we'll move up my archers and skirmishers adequately. So here we have our mercenary archers, they're ready to push up. Then we have our veteran Roman legionaries here now, pushing further back to Emperor Aurelian. The Sun God's Empire we will be serving here today. Ballista ready to fire, rain fire and death upon the enemy. It looks like we're already seeing some of the Britons there. Yeah, sort of a mixed race people these days. Latin influence with equipment, shields, and then we've got some really cool Celtic pants there as well. And then here is the general unit itself. Maybe playing as I guess because they're like Romani Britain, aren't they? Like a Latinized Britain. Might be a fun let's play to do. Okay, and then we've got our other divisions pushing up here. So let's start the battle. Quickly pause. Now, am my artillery in range? Because what I want you to do is target the enemy general where you can. We'll get my archers to push up as best they can. I would like a loose formation, but they're not going to do that. We'll move you there. And then everyone here, we'll move you up to a defensive stance. We'll keep Emperor Aurelian there. Slingers, we shall move you up slightly as well. So we'll move you to about here. Actually, we'll move you to there before they're in range. And then we'll move my skirmishers up here, say to skirmish. And we'll move them closer up, just in case you have to close the distance. We do have our own reinforcements coming really far over here. But our Roman cavalry and supporting infantry are coming in now. Our reinforcements have arrived. Cheers, Mark Strong. Always glad to see you on the field. And they've made the decision to push out, which is what I was sort of predicting. Bombard this where you can. Bring up my cavalry. They're now moving up as well. These guys can move up here. So we're starting to rain fire and death upon their units here. The more we can hit in this blob, the better. So pick a... Oh, no. Halt. Oh, pick a target there. Yeah, hit in the center of it. Quickly, bring it down. Just fire into this. And we're going to get countless kills. Even though that's probably off-center. That should go right into the mix on them. And it's been overshot. No. Looks like they are charging a little bit now. Oh, shit. I'm having so much fun with this. My archers have been exposed. Because they've charged out. I wanted to get some cool cinematic shots. Alright. Bombard into this. They're now pushing out there. Yeah, if it's going to be a conflict outside, it's probably going to happen. Alright, we need to pause and get my reinforcements in here now. Because they're just going to sit idly by if we don't bring them in. So try and move them here to this position. Okay, what's coming out here? Auxiliary cavalry. So try and stop them. We need to essentially save my artillery and stuff. Okay, so they're now being changed. You can go into something like this, and you can go into something like that. Swing cavalry further around. Get my infantry to engage that. This is incredibly crazy, this fight. So try and skirmish that. You fall back this way. They've now been beaten. You go after this. Continue to hold there where you can. So there is a unit there that we're getting. Oh my god, I have no idea what the fuck these guys are doing. So yeah, draw your swords, get stuck into this sort of stuff. We're just like skirmishing them out. Yeah, just make sure we get these auxiliary down. So it looks like they're actually drawing and running them away there. Right, our soldiers here are fighting on the outside. So the Roman Legion is coming up against the bravest soldiers of Britannia. Okay, and so they're being caught there. I just can't tell what they're doing. They're like going for my reinforcing army, or they're trying to retreat. So that's cavalry, yeah. Run and charge after them. Make sure you get away from these guys. Alright, so fall that way then. Okay, make a defensive formation here. They're fighting them, that's fine. You can come back this way. They're routing. Quickly turn around and sling against that. My reinforcements have arrived here now. That's an auxiliary unit, so they're being caught. Yeah, go after this. Alright, my cavalry somehow made their way here, so let's pull them back. Because we need infantry support. So now they're throwing everyone out. So countercharge this. Alright, they're now going for that. You go for this. This is such a wacky siege, because they're being so difficult and dynamic. I don't know what's to do, because they're like just going everywhere. It's such an unorthodox approach. I've never seen anything quite like it. Okay, you go for this. You continue to push that there. Those reinforcements are still coming in. What's that? That's an auxiliary unit. You're getting drawn into now other auxiliary stuff. Right, try and pierce and hit this stuff. Like, it's just like, form a line there and just hold, please. You form here as well. Right, so what's this? Cataphractarii are getting caught. Right. Once these infantry here arrive, they're going to be able to bring some authority back into it. Oh my god. And now they're drawing us further in there. Alright. Okay. So now you guys go for this. Just target towers and stuff now. Yeah, they're stretching me super thin. And pushing me in these crazy areas. Alright. That is such a wild fight. It's exactly what they want, though. They want to stretch me thin and overextend me. Right, you guys can come down here then. Maybe if you start capping the square, that might work. I don't know. Like, send 2 swordsmen against the general unit. While these guys head this way. Okay, I can't even tell if some of these guys are getting caught. So you need to go here. You've actually gone with a really nice maneuver there. And then you guys are down here as well. They're skirmishing fine, so you countercharge this. And that. Okay, you go for this unit, you go for that. And this is going to start an encirclement. Cavalry's there, just fine. Okay, you need to start redirecting your fire onto something like this. Keep you there. So where are my cavalry divisions? They're not being engaged. And neither are they. That's fine. Okay, however, we do have some units here. Man, this is such a crazy fight. So you continue to skirmish into this. You're actually getting into the town square now. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, like 4 pockets of engagement. So we've got a small little skirmish happening here with one of their more professional styled legionary Britannia units. with purple and green shields of old. They're now routing. A smaller skirmish here going with further additional auxiliary. And painted warriors there as well, who are slightly less armoured. And then we've got this whole fight going on here, where some of our legionaries are quite surrounded. And then they've committed too far up in the north. We've actually won that there. Yeah, they're in a full retreat now, most of them. Which is really good news for us. Okay. So let's peel this way to help out. Continue to fall further back this way. Right. You need to get rid of that Avati cohort, which I did give you the command for ages ago. And now these guys are gone as well. So every unit here that is not a part of a cavalry contingent needs to move up now. What's coming up against me here? Swords and stuff. Get all my skirmishers to be on skirmish mode. You continue to fall back. Okay, and then we've got whatever the hell's here. Okay, you need to push and save that. We're fighting the general unit in the square, which is Tiberius's Avati cohort, which are the very heavy legionary unit. You can see by the additional armor padding on the soldiers there. And this is the finest that Ligo 1 Britannia has to offer, and it's been in charge to protecting the square. We'll allow my archers to hit them from behind. You're dealing with them. Swordsmen are actually dragging me. How many's in that unit? Only 70. That's why I was like, it doesn't even look like they're even attacking me, but they are. Okay. So my reinforcements have arrived here on a lot of these locations, so they can now swing in. Continue to hit something. They're just knackered, aren't they? Okay, cavalry now. We can cycle charge. We were dealing with so many units. I hadn't had the opportunity to cycle charge units. We're starting to pierce and hit their Avati cohort from the behind. And with the arrow fire, it should reduce some of their confidence. So we have taken the town square now. And that surely has reduced their ability to fight. So we've got some Cataphractari here and some swordsmen. So some of the mercs are clashing here. These are their painted warband. The old painting of the Norman picks etched onto their back. It's cool that they've still got their Celtic nature about them. Ironically, I think we've got a lot of Germanic units in this. Yeah, these are Alpine swordsmen, so they do look a little bit barbaric than your Latin unit. And now we've got a full-on retreat there. So we've got Alpine units against Britannian ones, and he's been just gutted there. Okay, everyone's in a full retreat there now. Even their Avati... Oh no, their Avati cohort still hasn't been taken. Alright, we've got some units standing by here. Some others are giving chase. So they need to swing in and flank. You can go here. Their units come in. Send a cavalry unit to deal with that. Alright, let's pierce them from all ends. Okay, we'll now allow our artillery to bombard. Oh, I guess they're not equipped. I don't know why. Wavering now. The crows are flying. Alright, we might as well just push in against them then. Do we have any close cavalry nearby to run some down? We've got some cavalry here we can bring in. Because all that remains for now is their main general unit. So, how I thought this fight was going to go is that they would wait and sort of drag us in instead of aggressively pushing us down. I'm quite surprised about it. We'll try and defeat their general unit here now. And we'll send out our cavalry divisions to run them down. Are there any more sort of... Except for the main one inside. Yeah, they're going for that. Yeah, they did quite well. Because I stretched myself a little bit thin. I thought would be able, they would just sort of sit and kite and move around and dodge fire, while I periodically take down arrow towers individually. And sort of try and phase a lot of them out with my artillery. But what they did was they just went with a sprawl. They attacked just from all sides, trying to flank. And when you're like operating on multiple fronts like that, it's quite hard. They did what is a little bit hard on human players, just trying to calculate sort of real-time movements constantly, because obviously the computer can calculate flank and move far quickly than what I could. Also dealing with reinforcements coming in. Well, we've managed to gain victory. Shame a unit broke there. But I reckon we've run down the majority of them now. Yep, they ain't coming back. A close victory, supposedly. So we deployed 6,295, losing 2,113. Oh wow, look at that. Look at the casualties sustained and casualties inflicted. Tiberius, the governor of Britannia, deployed 4,238 and lost 3,787, killing 1,611. That's crazy. 700 of our soldiers got taken out by arrow fire, being drawn in towards the tail end there. Some of our legionaries did well, 201. Some of these weaker ones look like they probably broke. Maybe even some of the spears there as well. They really should have been at full strength for this. Looking at what performed well for them, the general in the town square himself, 127, or the fortress square, I guess, if you want to be precise and pedantic. The British auxiliary there, 248. Some of their slingers did alright as well. But what got 700 kills on their own between four towers was the watchtowers, which made up a lot of it. If you put it one way, it did 1/3 of what the army didn't do. Even though we've won nearly every battle we've fought with Aurelian, it has taken a fair few Latin lives, Roman lives, to build this mighty empire. A bit more than what I'd ideally like. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. Whoa! Did we really lose that many? Really? Okay, that's just a bit mind-boggling. I guess they were heavily depleted. That is probably one of the worst battles I've had. Like this year, maybe last 2 years. That is so many men. I'm actually quite outstanded. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Fucking hell. 4 Roman legionaries, 4 Roman levies, and then the two spearmen, the vilites there. And then these guys didn't lose any. I guess it was a lot. I guess they sort of got picked off towards the end, because that's the thing, is like, yeah, this unit has lost too many men and has been disbanded, because I reckon that's what sort of happened. So many of them got targeted out by the archer fire there. Fucking hell, that's terrible. Anyway, yeah, because look at that, it's like we've destroyed their full stack, but at a cost. Kill the captives. Man, DEI is savage as. We'll kill the captives. And can Aurelian run down the rest? You probably can't. We're just going to have to get this reinforcing army to do so. Trespassing into Gallic Rome's lands. But that's alright. We'll finish off the last of League 1 Britannia. We don't want it to rebuild anytime soon. We want to send it back to the island from whence it came. And now they've been finished off. Crikey. But it's a heroic victory. We need to get back to Octodoron now. And we might as well get some quick units here on the way. And does that unlock us some new recruitment? Helvetii Spear Band. Mercenary Celtic Naked Band there. That's cool. But we're victorious at a cost. Alright, it's in the turn to continue. They didn't have too many chevrons. If they were gold chevrons, Or even silver. I'd be pissed, but they were only tier 1 bronze. But speaking of tier 1 units, we should nearly be able to get better quality ones, because you forget that they're sometimes in Total War games your tier 1 units actually can last and serve you for a lot of the campaign. We're going to be able to get Avati cohorts and Roman legionaries soon as well in 8 turns, because we already can get some better quality units within the city of Rome itself, because a lot of our armies, yeah, they're still this one yeah, this army's actually a bit better, because we've got Lucius, my brother, here with just some Roman levies. This army here actually has Roman cohorts and Brutii infantry as well. So maybe it's sort of actually forced me to upgrade from those guys. But the thing is, like, in the vanilla game... Oh, the Gothi want trade. Really? Yeah, sure, I'll accept that. We just need to get better quality relations with each faction. Anyway, sometimes you can keep Hastati if you upgrade them and get good chevrons and whatnot with them. You can keep them for nearly the whole game. You don't really need to phase them out. You can just do it once Marian reforms hit. But obviously this doesn't happen in this campaign. Or it might do. I think we already got going. We're also going away from those sort of Marian reforms shields. We're using like an oval shield or a circle shield rather than like the oval one. The Man in the Armor Part 3. More cunning for Aurelian. So there's been a small garrison outside, 4 units. What you can do, if I'm not mistaken, can we right click on it? No, we can't, which is a shame. So there's been a small rebellion in the north. We'll move my army here to Piscal, and they should be able to defeat the Roxolani, which is good. And we'll go with a balanced stance there, and hopefully win the day. And then Piscal is defeated, and then we have the province of Dacia under our control. 2 units gone there, and we shall loot. Alright. Let's repair there, because it is a tribal people in place. Okay, they're going to be fine against this. So what I'll do is I'll send this army further north to deal with that rebellion. Okay, right. Massalia is under siege as well. So we'll allow my brother Lucius to take it. Now with that secondary reinforcements, we're going to be able to get rid of Titus, Gaius, and Albus in Massalia. Taking another Gallic Rome city for Aurelian. And no unit lost their lives there. We shall loot for 1.3k as well. Legion 2 Africana was successful. Let's repair and break down where applicable as well. So Tolosa, Narbo are next on the list with these 2 legions. We're going to have to rally up here against overextending against Ligo 1 Britannia. Now, it does look like my allies, the Alemanni, their king is pushing further south into Germania Minor. We'll rally up in Octodoron, then we'll try and push on their capital of Bebracht. We have 25k in the bank now, so we are going to be able to spend our funds quite adequately. Looks like Greece and northern border are defended for now, and 2 full stacks probably will deal with the last of the Roxolani there. With that trade agreement, have we got better relations with them slightly? No, moderate. Oh, yeah, let's get a non-aggression pact signed. Good. Let's try and get some better relations with these barbs. We'll do some negotiations and continue on. Yeah, but once that's done, I have no real ambition of pushing into the Crimea, into the Goths. Oh, what the hell? They've taken... Really? They've taken territory in Sinop. I wouldn't expect the Goths to do that, but I guess so. We could send those 2 legions to potentially go against Palmyra. Or even, whoa, Egypt. Nabatea has taken over massively. Our Egyptian allies have nearly bitten the dust. Yeah, the entirety of Egypt is under Nabatean desert nomad control. In the Strait of Hormuz, Alexandria, Memphis, the entirety of Egypt has fallen. Even Alexandria. They actually bordered us there. Yeah, maybe we need to send an army to reconquer Egypt. Because even though they were our puppets, having direct control of Egypt, the breadbasket of the Roman Empire, might be crucial. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Let me know where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Support the series. I'll do more episodes by leaving a like and a comment. Feel free to leave a dislike as well. That lets me gauge your curiosity. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.